Welcome to another deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're exploring a topic that's, well, it's moving really quickly from theory to reality. The future of digital security, specifically in the age of quantum computing.
That's right. It sounds a bit sci-fi, but the implications are huge.
Yeah, we're going to unpack how new technologies are emerging to protect, your sensitive data from these kinds of advanced threats.
And we've got some great sources today looking at two key players, Krown Network and Exaquantum.
Two very different approaches, it seems.
Definitely. We'll explore how they're tackling this challenge, their partnerships.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating picture of how this could reshape, well, everything digital.
So our mission today is pretty straightforward. Give you a shortcut to getting up to speed on post-quantum cryptography, PQC. You'll hear that a lot.
Why it's urgent, yeah.
Exactly. Why now? And how are companies like these actually making it accessible? We want you to walk away with some real aha moments.
Sounds good.
Okay, so to really get into this, let's start with the basics. When we talk about the quantum threat, what are we actually talking about? And why the sudden urgency?
Right. So the core of it is the sheer power of future quantum computers. Specifically, their knack for running certain algorithms, like Shor's algorithm.
Shor's, okay. And that's bad for?
That's bad for the encryption we use right now. Things like RSA, ECC. They're basically the locks on almost all secure digital communication today.
The backbone.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And Shor's algorithm, run on a powerful enough quantum computer, could theoretically break these locks very efficiently.
And these powerful quantum computers, they're not quite here yet, are they? But the timeline's shifting.
Exactly. They aren't mainstream large-scale ones, not yet. But development is accelerating way faster than many predicted. We're seeing warnings now from organizations like Gartner saying, look, you need to start migrating before 2029.
Before 2029. Wow.
Yeah, and governments are moving too. Australia, for example, they're aiming to phase out classical cryptography in critical systems by 2030. So the pressure's building.
Okay, but here's where it gets really concerning for me. It's not just about data we create tomorrow, right? This harvest now, decrypt later idea. What's that about?
Yes. HNDL. That's the immediate worry.
Tell us more.
So the idea is that adversaries could be nation states, could be sophisticated criminal groups. They're already intercepting and just storing huge amounts of encrypted data today.
Data that's currently safe.
Safe with today's encryption, yes. But they're hoarding it, banking on the fact that in, say, 5-10 years, they'll have the quantum computing power to decrypt it all.
So long-term sensitive stuff,
Yeah.
Financial records, health data, government secrets.
Precisely. Anything with a long shelf life is vulnerable now, retrospectively.
Yeah.
It really shifts the perspective. It's not just a tech problem anymore. It's a governance issue.
A responsibility issue for leaders.
Absolutely. Protecting stakeholder data is fundamental, and regulators are definitely starting to push for quantum-resistant encryption for this very reason.
That harvest now, decrypt later, it really hits home. It's like a ticking time bomb on data you thought was secure.
It really is.
So, okay, we have this looming threat, but we also have companies stepping up. Let's talk about them. Krown Network first. What's their angle in this fast-moving crypto world?
Right. Krown Network, they bill themselves as a major Layer 2 blockchain and crypto ecosystem.
Layer 2, remind us quickly.
So Layer 2 solutions are built on top of an existing blockchain, like Ethereum, mainly to make things faster and cheaper. Integrating quantum security into that kind of high-speed environment is, well, it's ambitious.
So they're deep in the blockchain world.
Very much so. Aiming to lead in decentralized finance, or DeFi. And a key part of their pitch is quantum-proof security.
It's fascinating seeing a crypto-native company bake this in so fundamentally.
And just quickly, they're different from Krown Tech Group.
Oh yeah, good point. Krown Tech Group is more traditional IT services based in Rochester, New York. Different entity entirely. Krown Network is the blockchain one we're discussing.
Got it. Okay, and then the other player we mentioned is Exaquantum, built specifically for this problem. Exactly. Exaquantum is all about post-quantum cryptography. They're a global cybersecurity company, and their mission is about providing, and this is key, sovereign-controlled PQC infrastructure.
Sovereign-controlled. What does that mean practically?
It means the organization, using their tech, keeps full authority over their data and the cryptographic processes, even if they're using, say, cloud services.
Ah, so control stays with the owner.
Precisely. That's incredibly important for governments, defense, regulated industries, anyone who absolutely cannot lose control over their data security.
Okay, so Krown is building quantum resistance into its blockchain ecosystem. How are they actually doing that? It sounds like a massive undertaking.
It is. They're engineering quantum-resistant encryption right into the core blockchain.
Ooh.
So transactions, data stored on-chain.
Protected from future decryption.
That's the goal. They're also developing some advanced authentication methods. They call it 4FSA, four-factor security authentication.
4 factors. What are they?
Thumbprint, voice, PIN, and facial recognition, but with liveness detection so you can't just use a photo. That's slated for full integration after Q4 2025.
In hardware, too. You mentioned a wallet.
Yeah, the Excalibur Cold Wallet, an offline hardware wallet, but quantum encrypted. Prototype expected late 2025, public launch maybe early 2026. They're really building out a whole secure environment.
Okay, impressive ambition. But are they building all this tech themselves? Or are they bringing in partners? That seems like a lot for one company.
No, they're definitely partnering. Smart move, really. They formed strategic alliances to get quantum ready faster.
Like who?
Well, last December, they signed an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, with a company called Quantum Emotion, or QA.
Quantum Emotion. What do they do?
They specialize in QRNGs, quantum random number generators.
Generating true randomness for keys.
Exactly. You need truly unpredictable random numbers to create strong encryption keys. So QM's tech is being integrated into Krown's blockchain, their wallets, their whole security infrastructure to make those keys much, much stronger.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And more recently, didn't they team up with the other company we mentioned, Exaquantum?
They did. That partnership was just announced August 8th, 2025. And what's interesting is that Krown actually approached Exaquantum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Exaquantum CEO Samuel Tseitkin noted that was pretty rare. Shows Krown being quite proactive, not waiting around.
So what does that partnership involve? Exaquantum's tech across Krown stuff?
Pretty much. Integrating Exaquantum's PQC protection across the entire Krown ecosystem. Transactions, smart contracts, wallets, even tools for developers building on Krown. The goal is long-term, future-proof security.
Okay, so Exaquantum is clearly a key enabler here, not just for Krown, but potentially for many others. What's their core offering? How do they make this incredibly complex PQC stuff manageable for, say, a typical business executive?
Their main product is post-quantum cryptography as a service, PQCs.
PQCs.
And the as-a-service part is crucial. They deliver it via API.
Application programming interface. So relatively simple to plug into existing systems.
That's the idea. Abstracting away the massive complexity. It makes PQC scalable and, frankly, achievable for companies that don't have teams of cryptographers. It uses algorithms approved by NIST, the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology.
So standardized and vetted.
Right. And they offer a transparent hybrid architecture, so it combines PQC with classical crypto for a smoother transition. Plus, it's designed for cryptographic agility.
Meaning it can adapt if standards change.
Exactly. The field is still evolving, so being able to swap algorithms later is important, and it's backed by things like ISO 27001 certification, collaborations with universities like RMIT and Deakin. It's operationally tested.
They also mentioned quantum-powered encryption, QPE. Is that different?
Similar, but QPE specifically highlights the use of quantum random number generation QRNGs, like we talked about with QM, for even stronger, more unpredictable keys. It's part of their toolkit.
It really sounds like they're building a whole ecosystem for quantum readiness, not just selling one product. Who else are they working with? What's the wider impact?
Oh, their partner list is pretty broad, which shows this isn't just theory. They're working with cyberways in the Middle East to secure banking, healthcare, critical infrastructure there.
Important sectors.
Definitely. They partner with Crypto Cyber for discovery and remediation, basically finding weak spots in existing crypto and fixing them. They secure data transfers with SharePass. They work with software agencies like IOTASOL.
So across different industries.
Yeah, they've expanded into Southeast Asia with Notable Frontier. They're even working with an AI company, Tooth Fairy AI, on an AI agent for cybersecurity testing, including quantum readiness checks.
AI checking for quantum readiness. Interesting synergy.
Isn't it? It shows PQCs being deployed everywhere, from IoT to fintech, and beyond the PQCs, Exaquantum also does direct consulting, engineering, audits, helping companies figure out their risks and how to become compliant.
And they can deploy it in different ways, like on-premise?
Yep, on-premise, totally air-gap systems, or cloud. Flexible to meet those strict control or regulatory needs we talked about.
Okay, so the solutions are there, becoming more accessible. But Samuel Tseitkin at Exaquantum, you mentioned he's expressed some frustration about adoption speed. What's the holdup? What's the blind spot he sees?
Yeah, this is fascinating, the human element. He finds that many businesses still treat serious security upgrades as a luxury. Something you do if there's budget left over, not a fundamental cost of doing business.
A luxury. Wow.
He shared this story, an analogy really, about a founder who raised money and basically said investing in security now would be like buying caviar.
Ooh, that's quite a mindset.
It really is, and Tseitkin argues it's totally misaligned with the ethical, even fiduciary duty to protect sensitive data.
So it's not just cost. Is there also a sense of, like, we're probably okay, a false sense of security?
Absolutely, that's another big blind spot. Companies assume, oh, we have SSL/TLS certificates, or we use a major cloud provider, they handle security.
But that's not enough for quantum.
Not necessarily. Current standard encryption is vulnerable, and not all providers have quietly upgraded to be quantum secure yet. Just relying on your vendors isn't enough in this new era. You need to ask questions, verify.
And then there's the denial.
Sort of, yeah. He calls it the everyone else needs it but not me paradox. Executives might understand the threat intellectually, agree it's real, but then they delay action for their own company.
Kicking the can down the road.
Pretty much. He used a powerful analogy. It's like knowing a tsunami is coming but waiting until you see the wave before you start building a shelter. By then it's too late.
That's a stark image. So which industries are moving? And who's lagging, maybe worryingly so?
Well, according to Tseitkin, the AI industry has been surprisingly receptive. He didn't necessarily expect that.
Why does he think that is?
He attributes it to them just being inherently forward-thinking, used to dealing with cutting-edge tech and future possibilities.
Makes sense. And the laggards?
This is where he expressed real concern. He finds it borderline alarming that sectors like healthcare are moving slowly.
Healthcare. With all that sensitive patient data.
Exactly. Electronic health records, personal medical histories, incredibly sensitive stuff. But often, he says, they seem to be waiting for regulations to force them to adopt PQC, rather than doing it proactively.
Wow. Okay, so wrapping this all together, what does this deep dive mean for you, the listener? Why should you care about PQC and these companies?
Well, that harvest now, decrypt later threat, that applies to your data too. Your bank details, your health info, your private messages.
Yeah.
Any sensitive information you trust companies with.
So if the companies I use aren't getting ready...
That data, even if it feels safe today, could be exposed down the line. Your security depends on their proactivity.
It really puts the onus on organizations.
It does. And this whole shift to PQC, it's huge.
Yeah.
Think about the scale of the internet rollout or cloud computing. This is a similar infrastructure transition, but arguably on a much faster timeline.
A generational shift.
Absolutely. And companies that get ahead of this curve won't just protect their assets and their customers. They'll build trust. Your awareness as a consumer, as an employee, as a citizen, it matters. It can help drive this change.
Like James Stevens, Krown's CEO, said.
Yeah, even one conversation can start a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Asking questions, raising awareness. It all helps push things forward.
That's a powerful thought. This has been incredibly insightful. Thank you for walking us through such a complex but really critical topic.
My pleasure. It's definitely something we all need to be thinking about.
So imagine that future for a moment. Secrets you shared digitally years ago, thinking they were locked away safely, suddenly exposed because the encryption protecting them just shattered. The quantum era isn't just about new tech. It forces us to fundamentally rethink what long-term data protection even means. So the question for you is, what steps will you take or encourage others to take to ensure your digital legacy, your data, remains secure, not just for today, but for that future where the old locks simply won't hold?